Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with the Washington football team. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. This will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough, and I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
A big play that time on the catch and run. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
On the counter, it's Taylor.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Throw taken in by Taylor left side. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up for the 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Taylor. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
And, Brandon, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Here's Taylor again. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Taylor. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
How about that stand defensively? The sticks were moving against them. 1st down after 1st down was being piled up. They had driven all the way down the field, and then they ran into a wall on 3rd and goal. Nice job regrouping. Very impressive.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Now Jones. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Daniel Jones, his 9th touchdown of the season.
And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers, throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb bulldozes past him, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
A run for Nick Chubb. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard.
A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked up by Marco Wilson.
And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter.
They don't want none.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And, oh, that is going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it?
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down.
To throw is Rodgers.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up fourth down.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A give. This is Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Rodgers now to throw. Open man is Myers. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. He finds his man, complete. That's Palmer. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a first down.
Chubb with a carry on first down. It's not going to yield much, maybe a yard. It's 2nd down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now Chubb running right. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Chubb on the counter. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Now it's Rodgers. Oh, and it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing, Jones. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Washington.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. Now Joey Sly for the point after.
And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Makes this Washington 14, Patriots 2.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
And they will not really have time to do much of anything. 15 seconds, all that remains before halftime.
And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. On play action, now Rodgers. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's caught inside the 30. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will do it for this first half.
So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top.
As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the third quarter is underway.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. On the ground, it's Chubb. Powers through him, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
65 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A give running right is Chubb. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On play action, Rodgers. That's caught left side, Myers with it.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He made his first attempt, this from 45.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that'll move him back within 6 now. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Jones throw there, hauled in by Claypool.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Flush to his right. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he's taken down inside the 30.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught.
Touchdown, Washington. Chase Claypool.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Jones throwing for it. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Pats at the line ready to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked up by Marco Wilson.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Jones. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Jones on 1st and 10. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the interception by the Washington defense leads to a touchdown. The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that will make this a 19-point game.
So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup. In second
and that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb.
And Chubb fighting, but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that first down marker.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it again.
Running for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through three quarters. No reason to lighten up now.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Rodgers now on first down. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
In Washington territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 41. Throwing now is Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. He completes it to Ridley. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Check 55, Mike.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Jacoby Myers, his second touchdown on the season.
And the Patriots are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Well, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Jones. Completion here to Claypool. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Unable to break free, and he's marked short.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack.
Washington on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point.
This is 3rd and 17. From the gun, Jones.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Jones now throwing on 4th down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by Deshaun Elliott.
And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. Now with that interception, you feel like we've got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Chubb. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown! Dallas Goedert from 4 yards out.
And the Patriots have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Joe Reed going to return it from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
52 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Taylor. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field.
We got plenty of fight, baby.
Touchdown, Washington.
Jonathan Taylor,
his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Pass complete, Goddard. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's Rodgers. Pass complete to Chubb. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute.
Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
So the clock shows 55 seconds to play as they line up for a critical onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that'll push the lead up to 8.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive, because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the 1st quarter. Sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence.
2nd and 10.
To throw is Rodgers. He's going to let it fly. And got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw, Rodgers. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Down to their last chance now. This is going to have to be a heave for the end zone and just hope for a miracle.
And I don't sit back with everyone back defending. I've got to have somebody rushing the quarterback. Don't make it easy for him to set up and throw the ball all the way downfield.
One final try now for Rodgers.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
But, Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that one-score game. We all knew what was coming, the Hail Mary. They just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long and see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not.
So for Washington, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills.